Hello everyone and welcome to another high-elo game of Age of Empires. Today we're standing shivering, freezing on Frigid Lake, getting ready to watch Mr. Yo playing as the Chinese in red take on Hera, playing as the Bengalis in blue. Now while the players fish for tuna, I guess to make sushi, herd their herdables, explore their immediate surroundings, and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. Now, the Chinese are a well-rounded civ whose economic bonuses and strong tech trees mean that a player has many different options on how to crush their enemies. To start with, all technologies get progressively cheaper starting in Feudal. Their farms come with 10% more food. Their town centers support 10 population space instead of the usual 5. And if you notice right at the start of the game, the Chinese do hit the ground running with 3 extra villagers, but 200 less food and 50 less wood. Now, to help defend their economy against raids, Chinese town centers come with extra line of sight, giving you more time to garrison your villagers or prepare to defend them, and your walls and towers can be upgraded to get 30% more HP. Now, when you've built your army, your infrastructure, and you are ready to bump uglies on the field of battle, the Chinese can field all top-of-the-line infantry units, although without the supplies upgrade, be prepared to pay a little extra for your champions. Now, their foot archers and skirmishers are also quite strong, especially if you mix in their unique unit, the Chukanu. This is a foot archer that fires multiple arrows that can be upgraded to get a nice little +2 attack boost. Now, while the Chinese cavalry doesn't stand out in my opinion, Chinese siege can be a pain in the ass to deal with, since their scorpions can be upgraded to get a +4 attack. That is the civilization of Mr. Yo, who is currently herding ibex down south all the way to the town center. Let's take a look at Hera, our Bengali man and elephant civilization through and through. To start with, all of their elephant units receive less bonus damage, are more resistant to conversion, and can be upgraded to attack 20% faster, which is amazing when you consider the fact that Bengalis get all fully upgraded battle elephants, siege elephants, and their elephant archers also benefit from Parthian tactics. Now, in addition to that, Bengali melee cavalry also come with a small attack boost against skirmishers, which means potential early feudal aggression can be met quite well, although at a cost of food. Now, in order to support their slow, easily converted elephant units on the field of battle, Bengali monks come with a nice +3/+3 armor boost, and their unique unit, the Rata, is one of the most versatile units in the game, although, asterisk, it's also one of the most hated units in the game. It is, of course, a chariot unit that can switch between ranged and melee attacks. Now, the Bengalis, to support their army and their economy, their town centers spawn 2 free villagers whenever they reach the next age, and their entire villager and monk population can evolve, can be traded up, or is it traded down? No, I think it's traded up or upgraded to take up 10% population space. The way that works is each one of these villagers, each monks, instead of taking 1 population space, takes up 0.9, which frees up a lot of space in the late game. That is an Imperial Age tech, which means by that point you would want to have at least 150 or so population. First blood goes to Mr. Yo, whose scout barely survives with 3 HP. And now let's take a look at the actual map, because like I said, we are on Frigid Lake, and like all tundra maps, take a look. Do you see any wildlife anywhere around here? Do you see any deer? Do you see any ibex? Do you even see any bears, lions, Komodo dragons? You see nothing. All you see is a bunch of autumnal trees. All of the food here is centered in the middle, where there is a bit of a shoals or a shoal surrounding a much richer, deeper, beautiful lake in the middle that comes with what? Salmon. Okay. Salmon, not exactly a fish you find in lakes, I believe. I think they're more of a river fish, but who are we to argue with Age of Empires? Mr. Yo scout being even more annoying. The villager, oh, 1 poke, 1 prod, and then she fishes over his dead body. Oh my god, this is one sick villager. This is one sick puppy. Kills the scout, fishes over his body, gets more tuna. In the meantime, if you notice, we did start the game in a bit of a shallow water, which is why our feet are cold, why we are shivering, why our nose is runny. Lots and lots of wood on the map, but no big forests, no big clumps beyond small, medium-sized clumps, which means the villagers are going to have to go forest hopping a little bit, which means they are going to be pretty exposed Our Chinese building a second dock. Our Bengalis sticking on the one. Civilian populations basically identical. Our Chinese only up by 1. And he will hit Feudal Age 15 seconds ahead of his opponent. By the way, as I always like to do, we'll keep an eye out on the Bengali town center when he hits Feudal and see where his 2 extra villagers are going to go. And then we'll see what Mr. Yo decides to do. By the way, look at this relic. Looks like it's literally on the water. And let's take a look. Hera taking the cows, taking his beefsteak just now. And there the 2 villagers pop out immediately, start hacking and hewing away at that cow. Oh my god, a third dock for our Chinese 2 already up. Have they seen each other's docks? No. Our Chinese player has not scouted the top left of the lake. Hera has not scouted any part of the lake. Does he think he's alone? Oh no, if he does, he is in for a rude awakening as 3 fire galleys are in production to his 2. And that basically means Mr. is going to win the fire galley war. 3 houses. Has he seen the relic? No, he has not. That is very sour. Look how close he was to seeing that relic. And now the fire galleys are out. So if you're not familiar with, water maps and things like this, land units cannot go here in the center. This is purely fishing ships, purely military ships. But this part, the shoals, the beautiful Monet lily pads, anything can go. Villagers, army, ships, demos. Run away, Hera. You want no part of this. Explodes. Take a look at that. Takes it down 90 HP, but demos are out for Hera as well. Identical civilian population, identical military population, identical population, period. And what the hell are the players building? Both of them expanding houses. No one building any kind of land military infrastructure, which suggests, at least for the next little while, we are going to see a big old naval battle here. Trafalgar happening under our very eyes. Although that would have probably been more of an apt comparison. No, more of an apt thing to say if the Britons were involved here, or the Franks. Both players are repairing. Looks like Mr. Yo with that demo did manage to get the villager of Hera, which means that Hera no longer has a villager here repairing anything. A little merry chase. Hera is leading, but Mr. Yo is moving to intercept. 1 flaming volley, and that ship from Hera goes down. I'm going to zoom out. When you're watching naval battles, man, do you have to zoom out. These units are quite large. Let's think about this on the water, because these are not traditionally 2 civilizations with water features, right? I mean, the Chinese do get the cheaper technologies, which I always forget when I do analyses of different civs and strengths and whatnot. But the Bengalis, not terrible. I think they're just missing the heavy demo ships. Whereas the Chinese, a bit weaker on the water. I think they don't have fast fire ships or elite cannon galleons, although both of those are very super late stage of the game. And look at this. Look at this. It is our Chinese in red who has taken domination currently of the water. But let's see how long Hera lets this go on for. I'm going to zoom out a little bit center on the map. Hera's building another fire galley. He's got 1 already garrisoned, a demo raft. 2 more fire galleys here. I bet he wishes his demo raft was on the southern dock, and not here where the 2 fire ships are spread out like this. Mr. Yo being very cocky with these fishing ships. Hera moving forward. Now building a land army, 2 scouts, a 3rd on the way, but Mr. Yo, an archer, a spearman. When are these units going to pop out of these docks? Remember, once these docks hit 360 HP, Hera will have no choice but to ungarrison the units. They will get evicted like an unruly tenant who has been too loud and played his music too loud. Man, oh man. Oh no, oh, not the greatest hit. These guys were so clumped. The Chinese galleys were so clumped. And here we go, Hera. Do these guys have an attack bonus against ships, by the way? No. Some units in this game do. These ones do not. Archers taking on skirmishers and villagers. Hera, though, managing now to take domination of the water. Control has been wrested from the Chinese Navy, but the Chinese Navy is moving forward. Hera's clumped. Oh, beautiful move there. 2 demos for 2 fire galleys. But on land, Mr. Yo pushing back the Bengali aggression. Oh man, you thought you thought Arabia was tough when you were talking about pro players. Imagine having to build a land army, but at the same time also having to build a navy. Let's zoom out. Apologies to anyone on a smaller screen. Let's see what the heck we're working with here. A barracks and archery range for Mr. Yo. And I saw that he had the second structure. I just couldn't see it. Where is it? There it is, the blacksmith. Our Bengali. Archery range for him. Stable barracks already up. And look at Hera carving out a nice chunk of the map. By the way, where are the resources? Something I didn't take a look at. Hera's resources, primary gold, a little bit in the forward position. Forward center. Stone is now secured behind a palisade. Mr. Yo. Oh, primary gold, nice and secure in the back. Primary stone, though, very far forward and exposed. And now look at this Hera refusing to let go of water control. Mr. Yo, not building anything. Seems to have ceded control entirely to our Bengali. What is he? What is the game plan here? Now just attack on land. Two scouts need to be careful. Probably could have taken this fight. Probably, maybe with the high ground. But they would have, one of them for sure would have died. And the other would be very badly injured. Mr. Yo walling himself off with houses. And a spearman shooing away Hera's scouts. Okay. Can't really build farms around your town center, which kind of sucks on this map. But the Chinese farming bonus. Man, I remember there was... So the Sicilians, in my opinion, have the best farms in the game. Because every time a farm upgrade is researched, instead of adding extra food, it more than doubles the amount of food that it adds to the farm. So it adds 125%, I believe, to farms. So a fully maxed out Sicilian farm in Imperial comes with, I think, 1,019 or 1,020. Let's call it 1,020 food. Now, if you are playing a team game and you are lucky enough to have somebody playing the Chinese, their team bonus is all farms are 10% juicier. So can you imagine a Sicilian farm with the Chinese farm bonus? That is the best farm in the game, I believe. But neither here nor there. There's no Sicilian, and this is not a team game. Mr. Yo's army getting sandwiched here between skirmishers, fire galleys, and a tower. But taking the high ground, not too sure he wants to stick around with these skirmishers on the prowl. What is he building? Going up to castle. He is Hera. Has the resources, and just as I look up, clicks up. Where's that icon? There it is. Mr. Yo has lost a dock. Does he care? No? Okay, yes, apparently he does. Demo ship is on the way. Fire galley on the way here. Another stable for him. Rather, a stable. Now Hera's going to poke and prod, see what he's doing. Beautiful scouting. Good vision, line of sight on these skirmishers. So he'll be able to see. He'll be able to click on this structure, see that a stable is on the way. Hera here with more army supply, but how does the allocation look? He's got 7 army supply on land to Mr. Yo's 6, 5 now. Having lost the archers right there. Oh, but Hera, oh, beautiful snipes out of Mr. Yo. He knows he can't engage into the skirmishers with the archers, so instead he snipes the scouts. That's a lot of S sounds. I hope that microphone... Oh, demos. Demos explode, and now Hera has to retreat. He sees the flag, but he doesn't know what the hell is inside that dock. But Mr. Yo can't extend too far. He's down a few villagers. He's down half the army supply. He's down in the score, so he needs to be very careful about his next steps. Although will hit castle 30 seconds before his opponent, and war galley upgrade on the way. War galley upgrade with fire galleys in the dock, and another fire galley building. Okay, Monsieur defending with his second last land unit, although a knight is about to pop out of here. Goes straight for the scout. I would ignore the scout. Who cares about the scout? The villager can kill this scout. Go after the skirmishers. And here we go. Fire galleys are now fire ships. Let's compare the stats, actually. Not something we have a chance to do very often. So these guys attack on a 1 with 0.3 seconds between attack. These guys attack on a 2 with 0.3 seconds. HP 120 to 100. Movement speed a little tiny bit faster. So overall, a nice marginal increase. Oh no, where are you going with your demo? Hopefully not after fishing ships. That is a waste. Yeah, okay. Mr. Yo, last minute. No, don't get lured. No, what a waste of a demo ship. And look at Hera. Was trying to build a castle here. Replaces it right on the hill. Because he knows you need that hill bonus. Second town center going up for him. Not a bad location. We'll get him this this wood. Hasn't seen the gold. Again, very sour scouting here for our Bengali. Just missing the relic. Just missing the gold. Second and third town centers are already up for the Chinese. But the Bengali elephants are out. Good luck to this knight. He needs to use his mobility. And look at Hera running around with the skirmisher trying to lure the knight into the welcoming trunk of the elephant. Now the knight's going to do what? Attack the dock? It does have only 417 HP. If you knock this down another 57 HP, Hera will not be able to garrison any units inside because, again, in Age of Empires, when a building hits 20% HP... Oh no, I saw Rata down south. Okay, decides to delete. When a building hits 20% HP, it kicks out all of its tenants. Rata, melee mode, going after the skirmisher. I was very happy to read, by the way. So before I say what I'm about to say, in the intro I said that the Rata, probably the most hated unit in the game. I mean, ballista elephants are pretty hated, but they're hated more for jealousy because, you know, it's so hard to deal with them. This unit is just hated because... Number one, it costs like $1 million to upgrade this guy to his full potential. Number two, take a look at the armor classes this unit has. Archer, Cavalry, Cavalry Archer. Which means that it is susceptible to anything and everything. Pike, skirmishers, Mamelukes, anything under the sun has a bonus against this unit. Even when it's in melee mode like now, when he's got his big sword out, skirmishers do extra damage against it, which makes no sense. So... that being said, oh, does manage to get a convert, does Mr. Yo. Chinese Rata. And maybe a second? Oh, man. Rata count is equal. Rata count is equal. That's hilarious. So having said that, I was very excited to read in the public update preview. What is it? Patch update preview, whatever the hell PUP stands for, PUP, that, oh, it needs to be careful. Don't want to get a demo here. Don't want to get a demo here. I was very happy to read that once they're in melee mode, after the latest patch, they're not going to be susceptible to archer bonuses. So their armor class will be only cavalry, which makes sense and is fantastic because I love these units. Number one, if you ever played Age of Empires 1, you know chariots were super fun and the sounds they made were super fun. And their animations were super fun. All around, a super fun unit. So when we finally got to see a chariot unit in Age of Empires 2, third town center going up for our Bengali, a fourth for our Chinese. When we finally got to see a chariot unit, and one as pretty as this. I mean, look at this. Hopefully he stops soon, otherwise he's going to keep being blurry. So we can take a look at this unit. Once we finally got it, it was such a weak piece of crap. Countered by almost anything. It's like an Eagle Warrior where literally every unit in the game has a counter towards it. But it is such a versatile unit. I mean, there's no other unit in the game that can go between ranged and melee. And there we go. Unupgraded, these guys are meant to replace knights in their most basic form and crossbows. Because the Bengalis do not get the knight line, I believe. So these guys, oh, now they're holding big swords. On the high ground, just watching this building burn. Oh my god, they are sick. They are absolutely sick. More around the corner to join. Okay, and in a second, this building will no longer be garrisonable, although it looks like both players have stopped contesting the water, even though there's plenty of food left, according to the minimap. It is our Bengali pushing out with a Doubt Castle, which starts, then gets deleted. Why did he delete that? Oh, he must have seen this castle. Yeah, he must have seen this castle going up. He must have seen that it's at 50% completion, and he has no chance of putting his castle up. So Hera saving his resources, opting more for the Bengalis. And I get it. I get why we don't see chariot units. I mean, this is like an antiquity unit, right? This is like a classical. I don't think there were medieval armies using chariots, so you can't really have a game with a Spanish conquistador, a Briton longbowman, and a chariot, a Ben-Hur chariot unit. I mean, look how bad they are against skirmishers. The skirmishers just ripping them apart. That being said, again, as a fan of Age of Empires 1, as somebody who in his teenage years in 1996, I believe when it came out, or 97, when it came out here, bought the game immediately, begged his dad to buy it, and my dad, of course, said, "Why do you need video games? Go do your homework. You don't need video games," but ultimately relented because I was a very cute kid, even in high school, and got me that game. And ever since then, it just, oh man, the love affair with Age of Empires. In any event, enough reminiscing. All of the last 20 minutes of stream of consciousness thought is to say that I am very excited that they are upgrading, and it seems like buffing, the Bengali Rata, because again, there's no other unit that goes melee ranged. It's very versatile. There's also no other chariot unit. Both players heading up to Imperial. It will be our Bengali who hits it first off the back of 4 town centers, the exact same amount that our Chinese has. Thumbring getting research for our Chinese. I don't think Bengalis get thumbring. So that being said, I don't really expect the Ratas to stand still very much. Look at Hera. Oh my god, doubling down. He knows that the patch hasn't come out yet, right? Look at this, monks. Every monk is working for that weekend, looking for relics, but there's no relics here. We are in the frozen tundra. There is literally nothing here. Life is not sustainable. Just piles of rock and trees that are about to die in the winter, frigid, cold air. The relics are here. And it looks like our Chinese has gathered 3 relics to 1 again. How sour is this? Hera is going to win or lose the game when his vision is, when whatever. You guys know what I mean. At the end of the game, when you see the entire map and you click return to map, he is going to kick himself for not seeing the gold and not seeing the relic right in this little area. Because as you guys know, I think Hera is the best early game scouter in the game. And so he is going to absolutely kick himself. Will this scout get the monk? Will the monk get the scout? Whack. And the monk is dead, even though... No, it's not the Bengali monk. Sorry, I was a little confused. Here's the Bengali monk. Take a look at his armor. +3/+3. That is super cool. What's not cool for Mr. Yo is having his entire infrastructure here under siege. 2 trebuchets, upgrades galore. Chemistry for both. Ring archer armor. Forging for our Chinese, the same chemistry, scale mail armor, pikeman for our Bengali. So he's seen the stable. He is wondering what he's going to see. Is he going to see camels? Is he going to see something out of Mr. Yo that requires him to get the pike upgrade, supplies, men-at-arms? Our Bengali said it was an elephant civilization, so of course Hera goes infantry. Let's take a look. Mr. Yo is about to start raiding. His scout finally dies. But the skirmishers are here. What are the upgrades on these guys? Fully upgraded skirmishers. Man. Oh, man. These ratas have to get the hell out of here. Look at this. 3 already dead. A 4th joins. They are just so freaking annoying. They're such a cool unit, and they're just so weak against everything. But luring the skirmishers under the castle. Not a bad move here by Hera. Mr. Yo losing way too many skirmishers. He should not have lost that much. Gambesons as well for his 6 long swordsmen on the other side of the battlefield. We've got armor for our cavalry. We've got iron casting for our melee. Mr. Yo underneath the town center says, hey, I've got 8 pierce armor. So as long as I can deny you, what is this resource behind here? This stone. I'm happy to just sit here taking arrow volleys. Hera not falling for it, going for the cavalry instead. Oh, and he discovers Hera's little mining attempt here, does Mr. Yo. At the same time, though, he is being pushed into, and he has no answer to these trebs. But 3 of his own. They popped out while I wasn't looking. Where are they? 1, 2. Where's the 3rd? 3rd is making its way to the battlefield. Oh no, one of them dies. Mr. Yo retorts. Light Cav streaming forward. Blast Furnace on the way. If you are going melee, once you hit Imperial, definitely get Blast Furnace as fast as possible. That is a 100-second upgrade. Will he get the third? It's so close. It's so close. Oh, just barely gets it. Amazing get here by Mr. Yo. Still has 4 trebs of his own. The problem is they're undefended. A few Light Cav, even fully upgraded in 4 seconds, and he's getting crossbows. Man, Mr. Yo, I said the Chinese, just so versatile as a civilization with such strong tech trees, showing us cavalry, showing us ranged units, showing us a very ballsy castle that's going to negate this stone for Hera, and continuing to be so annoying with these skirmishers moving at a 0.96. These guys move at a 0.99, which means it's only a matter of time until these skirmishers are no more. And you can spread them out. You can avoid that in my one minimum range that exists on them. But these two-handed swordsmen are going to catch up. And catch up they do. One last skirmisher remains. Whack. Whack. And Mr. Yo's expeditionary force is now gone. Huge battle here. Rada's taking on Light Cav. But skirmishers again are going to wreck all of this. Mr. Yo's going to got one castle already. Oh, the second one's going to fall as well. Hera's in trouble here. Or maybe Mr. Yo's in trouble. Demo ship. No, I guess Hera's in trouble. Man, I can't wait for the Rada to be buffed. That was just so unfair. I mean, let's take a look at that final battle, because we were looking at it. I apologize. I was looking at the at the high octane two-handed swordsman versus scout. Looks like Mr. Yo. By the way, fantastic rating from Mr. Yo, which shows in the eco kills, 40 villager kills to 9. But let's take a look at this battle and see what happened here. Okay, so Mr. Yo moved forward with a very small army. Where the hell was all his cavalry? He's building no cavalry at the moment, even though he's got 328 food. So can build 4 more light cav, but he's got 21 in total. How many are up here in the north? 10. So 11 available light cav, unless they're out on the map somewhere. They are not. Okay, so 11 available light cav to him here. There they are. Okay, so let's take a look at what happens. The Trebs unpack. Or rather, pack. And now the Radas, some of them change to melee mode. Some of them remain in range mode. You can tell. One has a bow and arrow. One has a sword. Hera also moves forward, thinking that he's just discovered a way to end the game here. I mean, look at this army from Hera. He must feel so damn good. Or he must be suspicious AF, wondering why would Mr. Yo engage in with this incredibly undefended army? But let's see, there's a demo ship here. Demo ship, oh no, it wasted itself on what? It wasted itself on one two-handed swordsman. Oh, that's so sour. Sour there for Mr. Yo. Meanwhile, the castle is under attack, but here come the light cav. But like I said, these Radas designed, meant to be knights. Oh no, loses the second demo ship. Mr. Yo unable to close with it. So knights basically versus light cav. I'm going to stop calling them knights. Radas versus light cav. And now all of a sudden the battle looks a lot more fair. And you know why? Because of these freaking skirmishers. Just shelling away at these Radas. Hera's two-handed swordsman count is still decent at 8. Rada at 10. Let's keep going. But defender's advantage here for Mr. Yo, who's now moving forward with crossbows. Rada's engaged with the cavalry, but man, are the skirmishers just destroying these Radas. It's so ridiculous. We have seen this many times on this channel. The Radas, they get the numbers advantage, and look, they're overwhelming. They are definitely overwhelming. But look at their HP. I'm by the way, this is at half speed. And another demo ship, does it manage? No, it doesn't even manage to get off. That sounded dirty. It didn't manage to blow up. It didn't manage to get off. Oh my god. Sometimes I say words and they spill out. Arbalest upgrade in a second here would have absolutely shredded Hera. 11. 13 kills now on these skirmishers. Hera pulls 4 Radas and 2 two-handed swordsmen somewhere. Somehow there's 6 units in here? okay, just to take on villagers. So, wow, what an absolute disastrous engage for Hera. And even though, take a look at his resources, he's got a healthy amount of resources. He has now lost both forward castles. His last remaining bastion of Ratas is here in the back of his base, which means his entire forward position is exposed. Not that he needs the university, not that he needs any of these houses, but a siege workshop, more barracks, after he invested so many resources in infantry. My goodness, plus Mr. Yo pushed him off the stone, plus Mr. Yo is raiding over here. So those disasters for Hera combined, he decides to tap out. Let's take a look at kill count. Wow. 2 kills apart. Wow. Hera with his usual massive high APM, although not as high as usual. In the middle of the game, Mr. Yo, right at the beginning, 11 seconds in. Okay, before we click economy, what do we think? I think the Chinese economy is going to just dwarf that of the Bengali. Oh, not dwarf, just about 10% bigger. Okay, about 2,500 wood, about 3,000 food. He's down on gold, but what is that, about 100 gold? And stone, our Bengali is also up about 1 castle's worth. Relics 3-1 didn't really play a role. And I wish Hera was live streaming this. I wonder if he was. Oh no, never mind. At the end of the game, he did. I was gonna say once the vision was revealed and he sees the gold in the relic, he would not have sent his monks out in the middle of nowhere here into the wilderness to get the relics if he knew that there was one literally inches away from his base. So he does discover at the end of the day, and by the way, decent infrastructure out of a Bengali. I mean, knocked into a corner. Take a look at the mini-map. He is just surrounded on all sides. But really, I think at the end of the day, even with, 5 barracks, not really any stables to write home about, but 5 barracks, that's basically it. What are you going to accomplish against? Now you see crossbows. In 4 seconds, he would have seen arbalests. His rat count has been shredded to pieces, 10 left in total, and he just has no response to these 4 trebs. And so I think Hera realizes that despite putting up a valiant offensive here with the Ratas, it looked like for a second Hera was going to be the one with that castle placement over here. He did manage to get Mr. Yo's castle initially. He did manage to treb down that one random treb that was here, and it looked like he was making very good progress. But again, the Chinese versatility, if you can just adjust, you can pivot at the drop of a hat. Take a look at the blacksmith upgrades for our Chinese. Full melee for cavalry, full archer, and look at Hera, still missing the last archer armor, still missing blast furnace. Sorry, if you're new to the channel, get used to me saying things like blah, blah, blah in the middle of a stream, because, you know, it's just what we do here. But that Chinese versatility with, number one, the cheaper techs, the amazing tech trees, and he just manages to pivot. Cavalry to the north, Ratas to the south, oh my god, ranged to the south. And I would have loved to see more elephants out of our Bengali, but I think once he saw all the cavalry, he realized that speed was going to be more important than torque, and decides to go with these a bit weaker units. I mean, this Rata fully upgraded. No, not even, oh man, not even fully upgraded in melee or in ranged mode. That's the problem with the Rata, just so freaking expensive to upgrade them. You need so many upgrades. I believe Spirit of the Law did a video on this, on how much money you actually need. I shouldn't say how much money, that's very uncouth. How many resources one needs to upgrade a Rata up to its max potential, and it is a lot. And that explains why there are a lot of dead Ratas here, and even though there's a bunch of dead light cav, you are exchanging a unit that costs food for a unit that costs, it's not cheap, it's not a cheap unit. 60 gold, that's not cheap. 60 freaking gold. In any event, despite taking a bit of a disastrous trade with the demo rafts, I guess they're demo ships now, Mr. Yo does manage to hold the line here, does take the fight, does destroy the 2 castles, surrounds Hera, engages into his villagers, starts slaughtering 4 times the villager counts. Hera says, you know what? I can't engage into this army anymore. I took about as good as an engage as I could have, and even though I have reinforcements streaming, they have to walk on a lot of lily pads to get here, whereas Mr. Yo's infrastructure is right here, stable is right here, and you are reinforcing with quicker units that are closer to the battlefield, which means you are reinforcing much, much better than your opponent. Hera realizes all of that, sees 3 or 4 moves ahead, realizes there is no way he can defend and put up a massive, sizable or massive army, because you either have to go trebs or siege or army, in which case, you know, your resources are good, but they're not that good. 500 wood is not a lot if you're going to need to build some siege to get rid of all these ranged units. In any event, Hera realizes that, taps out, decides to live to fight another day. Mr. Yo takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.